Hey everybody, welcome to Bearded Barbecue and Adventures. It's the first video ever that I'm gonna put on this YouTube channel, and I can't think of a better thing to start off with than my dad's recipe for chicken halves. I'm gonna fire up the pit barrel cooker here in a second. We're gonna get it going. We're gonna season up the chicken, get it ready to roll. We're gonna make it juicy and tender. I've cooked this recipe before. My dad perfected it. I put my own little twist on it, and usually it turns out great. It's one of my family favorites. So follow along with me as I get this going. Let's get started. All right, so what we've got here is 2 whole chickens that I went to Kroger's and I had them cut them in half for me. This is my dad's old recipe, but modified a little bit. Grew up in South Louisiana. My dad learned a long time ago how to make chicken halves on the grill or smoker from our neighbor Pete Pouncey when we lived in Youngsville, Louisiana. And so what I've done is I've kind of modified the recipe a little bit. What I've found is that if you inject the chicken a little bit, especially a couple that are this big, it makes it juicy and a little bit more tender. And so that's what we're gonna do. Now I've already patted the chicken dry just to make sure that we don't have any issues with that. Chicken's been rinsed. So I'm gonna inject it first, and then I'm gonna season it with a little bit of seasonal and some Tony Chachere's after I inject it up. So let's go ahead and get started. This is probably one of my favorite recipes to make. One that I feel like I struggled a long time trying to do it just like my dad did whenever I was growing up. It was one of my favorite things to eat. And by the time I was 12 years old, I could put away one of these chicken halves all by myself. And as I've gotten older, my wife doesn't like me to do that. So I try not to eat it so much. But it's one of my favorite recipes of all time to ever make. Inject the legs, you can inject the wings, inject the breast all over. Now this particular Tony Chachere's injectable butter is jalapeno flavored, so it's going to have a little bit of a kick to it. Not everybody in my family likes that, but for the most part, it makes it taste pretty good. You can even get a wing there too. So as you can see, the injection doesn't really take a whole lot of time. Just kind of inject it in there real good because you don't want the chicken to dry out. This is going to cook on a pit barrel cooker for around, my guess is 3.5 to 4 hours, probably closer to 4 hours, depending on the size of this chicken. And so the last thing that you want is for the meat to dry out. Nobody likes a dry chicken. So that's what we're gonna be focused on, is making sure that this cooks evenly and juicy and we don't have any dry spots. But we also want that skin to be crispy enough too, that while we're eating it, it's just, there's nothing better than just crispy skin on a chicken. So hopefully that'll be the result that we get. All right, I think that's enough injection for now. I'm gonna go one more down the leg here, and then we're gonna go ahead and start seasoning it up. So like I said, just some seasonal, and you just wanna liberally coat it all over the chicken half, right? Because that's where that salt is gonna penetrate and sit here and soak into the chicken while I'm heating up the pit barrel cooker. So by the time we go to throw it on there, it should be really good. Seal in those juices from the injection. Now there are some people that would season both sides of the chicken. I never have. I've only seasoned the side that's got the skin on it. And as you can see, I've had these chicken halves cut straight down the middle. Now we'll take a little Tony's for a little extra pop too. Either Tony's or Slap Your Mama is what I typically like to use. Just kind of get this on there real good. Lift up those wings. Get some of that on there. Get some of that goodness in there like that. Oh yeah. We don't want any spot on here missing any type of seasoning. So there you have it. These are gonna sit, and while they're sitting, they're gonna soak in. That injection's gonna set. That salt's gonna kind of seek in there and get going. And then I'll meet you out at the pit barrel cooker. See you soon. All right, guys. I got the pit barrel cooker lined up. Typically you use just regular Kingsford charcoal briquettes, but I didn't have quite enough for this cook, so I added some lump charcoal on the top. I always like to light my basket just using one of these little tumbleweeds right here. Works pretty good to kind of get it started. I don't like to use any lighter fluid or chemicals. It makes a fire, you know, get up going too fast, and then it really taints the flavor of the meat. So what we're gonna do is just add a couple of hickory chunks in here just to kind of give that chicken some good smoke flavor. We're gonna lower this down into the pit barrel and get it lit and get it rolling. All right, gonna go ahead and give it a light and get this puppy rolling. There we go. Let this get up to temperature in about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we can put the hooks in that chicken and get it going. All right, everybody. As you can see, we've got the hooks in. Kind of go in at the top there, and there's a bone that you can get in just under. That way it's going to hang nicely on the pit barrel cooker, and it won't slip off or anything like that. I'm going to go ahead and dust over these once again just to hit any areas that I may have rubbed off when I was getting those hooks installed, and we'll take them outside and get them on the pit. All right, everybody. I've got the pit barrel. It's been kind of warming up. I think we were good to go, so we're going to go ahead and start hanging this chicken on here. All right, there you got it. Now, I've cooked as much as 8 of these on the pit barrel before, and it does an outstanding job. So we're gonna let this go about 3.5, 4 hours, and we'll see how it turns out. See you guys shortly. Well, chicken's on. I'm preparing some appetizers, which would be bacon wrapped, cream cheese stuffed jalapenos, and I'm enjoying a nice cold one. This one's called The Boot. It's by Abita. I don't know if you can see that okay or not. Pretty good little beer. It's real crisp, just as the label says, but nothing better than doing a little barbecue, having a little fun, relaxing on a Saturday afternoon. Cheers, everybody. We'll check on this chicken in just a little while. All right, everybody, it's been about 2 hours now. Went ahead and it got dark on me out here, but you know, that's how it is this time of year. I'm gonna open up the lid here and see how that chicken is doing. I'd say we still have at least an hour and a half to go, if not 2 hours. So we'll come back whenever it's ready to pull up. All right, everybody. It's been about 4 hours. We're gonna check this out. See what everything's looking like here. Yep. So we're looking at 165 all around. All right. Everything's ready to come up. So we're gonna go ahead and take this up. Take it inside, let it rest a few minutes, and then slice into it and see, oh, how juicy it's gonna be. All right, let's get it inside. All right, everybody, we're gonna cut into it now. Got this chicken here, gonna slice into the breast and just kind of see if it's as juicy as it looks. All right, I'm gonna cut off a piece here, give it a taste test. That's good. You can't go wrong. Smoking a chicken half in the pit barrel cooker. Takes about 4 hours. 4 chicken halves. Fantastic. Well, guys, That was a lot of fun. I absolutely love being out there cooking on a Saturday for the family, for everybody else, sharing a recipe with you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it as much as I did making the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. It's my first video, but I promise you there'll be plenty more. I want to make this channel as much about outdoors and grilling and just camping, adventures. That's what I want it to be about. So it's going to be about a large variety of things. So until next time, I'll see you behind the grill or behind the wheel. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.